In the previous video, we have discussed UGC net previous year's questions on William Shakespeare. Up to 10 questions we have discussed. We can discuss the balanced questions. Okay. So 11th question. Which of the following statements best describes T.S. Eliot's assertion that Shakespeare's Hamlet is an artistic failure? T.S. Eliot is a critic of Shakespeare, has wrought criticism on Shakespeare. So he said Hamlet is an artistic failure. So answer is Hamlet's emotion is not adequately objectified. Hamlet's emotion, T.S. Eliot said that Hamlet's emotion is not adequately objectified. 12th question. Match the books with the writers. Many books are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 books and 4 writers are there. What is related to Shakespeare is Shakespeare and Negotiations. Shakespeare and Negotiations is written by Greenblatt, Stephen Greenblatt. The Shakespeare and Negotiations is written by Stephen Greenblatt. So we can just read the balance options also. The Mad Woman in the Attic. The Mad Woman in the Attic is written by option 4, that is Sandra M. Gilbert and Susan Gabar. The Mad Woman in the Attic is written by Sandra M. Gilbert and Susan Gabar. The Wretched of the Earth. The Wretched of the Earth is written by Franz Fanon. Franz Fanon. The Wretched of the Earth, Franz Fanon. Shakespeare and Negotiations, Stephen Greenblatt. Is there a text in this class? Is there a text in this class is written by Stanley Fish. Is there a text in the class is written by Stanley Fish. So you have to study every books and authors. The Mad Woman in the Attic written by Sandra M. Gilbert and Susan Gabar. The Wretched of the Earth is written by Franz Fanon. The Wretched of the Earth, Franz Fanon. Shakespeare in Negotiation, Stephen Greenblatt. Is there a text in the class? Is there a text in the class is written by Stanley Fish. Is there a text in the class is written by Stanley Fish. Okay. Repeat it and study it. 13th question. What is peculiar about the reference in the following in the some poets' names in the plural? It is a freezing, bleak day in January, and I am looking for poetry. I see a few Chaucers, a few Shakespeares, and a hardcover $3 history of modern poetry published in 1987. That is, here Chaucers and Shakespeare's. What is it is called? It's a question. With S it is written. The name of the poet including S is written. Answer is synecdochic use. Explanation is also given. Names for their respective works. That it means that Chaucer's, Shakespeare's means it represents the names of their works. Synecdochic use. That is names for their respective works. 14th question. Read the passage given below. Full many a lady I have eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear for several virtues. Have I liked several women, never any with so full soul, but some defect in her, did quarrel with the noblest grace she ought, and put it to the foil. But you, O you, so perfect and so peerless are created of every creature's best. This passage admiring the perfect matching of inner and outward beauty of a woman is taken from. Just read it once more. You can read it your own. Answer is Shakespeare's Tempest. These lines are taken from Shakespeare's Tempest. Next one. 15th question. Choose the chronological order. Choose the chronological order. Answer is William Caxton's Prince, the first English book. Then Tottel's Miscellany, that is Songs and Sonnets. William Shakespeare's First Folio. John Milton's Areopagitica. So first English book was printed by William Caxton. Next one is Tottel's Miscellany. William Shakespeare's First Folio is written by William Shakespeare. Areopagitica is written by John Milton. Next we can come to the years it is written and published. William Caxton prints the first English book. The first English book in English was published by William Caxton and Collard Mansion in Belgium in 1473. William Caxton and Collard Mansion printed the first English book in 1473 in Belgium. 1473 is the year, 1473. What was the book? This was Raoul's Lefever's The Results of Histories of the Troy. Raoul Lefever's. It is a writer's name. Raoul's Lefever's. The Residual of the Histories of the Troy. It's the name of the book. The Residual of the Histories of the Troy is the name of the book, first printed in English. It's a courtly romance translated from French to English by Caxton itself. Okay, so 1473 is the year. First English book by William Caxton. Which was the book? Raoul Lefever's book, The Residuals of the Histories of the Troy. It's a courtly romance. It's translated from French to English by Caxton. Next one is Tottel's Miscellany. It's called Songs and Sonnets. It's also called Tottel's Miscellany. Songs and Sonnets, Tottel's Miscellany. Was the first printed anthology of English poetry. First published by Richard Tottel in 1557 in London. So here is Tottel's Miscellany. Year is 1557. It's important. 1557. Next one, William Shakespeare's First Folio. The First Folio is the first printed collection of Shakespeare's plays, published in 1623. 1623. William Shakespeare's First Folio, 1623. John Milton's Areopagitica. This is a controversial pamphlet entitled Areopagitica. Was written by John Milton in 1644. 1644. John Milton, Areopagitica, 1644. So William Caxton prints the first English book in 1473. Tottel's Miscellany, Songs or Sonnets in 1557. Tottel's Miscellany, Songs and Sonnets in 1557. William Shakespeare's First Folio in 1623. William Shakespeare's First Folio in 1623. John Milton's Areopagitica in 1644. John Milton's Areopagitica in 1644. Next one, 16th one. This is also a chronology question. Arrange the following plays of Shakespeare according to their periods, that is early, middle, late of composition. That is in chronological order. In the first video, I have written every place in chronological order. So you can refer to that and you will easily get the answer. But these plays will be very important. Love's Labour Lost. The next comes Midsummer Night's Dream. Next comes As You Like It. Then Antony and Cleopatra, The Tempest. Love's Labour Lost, Midsummer Night's Dream, As You Like It, Antony and Cleopatra, and The Tempest. 17th question. In Shakespeare's Macbeth, who was untimely ripped from his mother's womb? You have to read the summary of Macbeth. Then you will understand the character's name is Macduff. Macduff. In Shakespeare's Hamlet, who was untimely ripped from his mother's womb. It's a dialogue. There's a dialogue, famous court of Macduff. Here in the last of the play, we have to read the summary of Macbeth. Macduff is the answer. Next one, 18th. The first instance of female cross-dressing was with the disconcerting nuisance of a boy actor dressing as a boy while playing the role of a woman in the dramatic world of Shakespeare occurs in. Once more, I will read the question. The first instance of female cross-dressing with the disconcerting nuisance of a boy actor dressing as a boy while playing the role of a woman in the dramatic world of Shakespeare occurs in The Two Gentlemen of Verona. The Two Gentlemen of Verona is the answer. Read the options. The others important plays of Shakespeare's as you like it. 12th Night, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Here, the first cross-dressing of in Shakespeare's play occurs in The Two Gentlemen of Verona. Next is 19th one. Which of the following lines by Shakespeare is repeated several times in Virginia Woolf's novel Mrs. Dalloway? Mrs. Dalloway is Virginia Woolf's novel. Mrs. Dalloway is Virginia Woolf's novel. So one line is repeated several times. Answer is, fear no more the heat of the sun, nor the furious winter rages. Fear no more the heat of the sun, nor the furious winter rages. So these lines are taken from Cymbeline. These lines are taken from Cymbeline. There are in the other options I have also written. From which place these quotes are taken. Everyone is related to Shakespeare's important quotes. First one is, if music be the food of love, play on. If music be the food of love, play on. It's a famous opening line from Shakespeare's comedy 12th Night. If music be the food of love, play on. It is a famous opening line from 12th Night. The lovelorn Orsino is frustrated in his courtship of Countess Olivia. He asks for more music because he muses that an excess music might cure his obsession with love, in the way that eating too much removes one's appetite for food. Next one is, fear no more the heat of the sun, nor the furious winter rages. This is taken from one of the problem plays, Cymbeline. This song is sung over the dead bodies of Cloten and Fidel. The latter of whom is actually the heroine Imogen, disguised as a boy and is not really dead, merely drugged. So after reading the summary of Cymbeline, you will understand what is the story, what is this line's meaning. So, fear no more the heat of the sun, nor the furious winter rages is taken from Cymbeline. Next one. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Those are pearls that were his eyes. This is taken from William Shakespeare's The Tempest. In Act 1, Scene 2. Act 1, Scene 2. This is an Ariel song. Ariel song is a verse passage in Act 1, Scene 2 of William Shakespeare's The Tempest. It implicitly addresses Ferdinand, who with his father has just gone through a shipwreck in which the father supposedly drowned. Fourth one, There is a tide in the affairs of man. There is a tide in the affairs of man. This is from Julius Caesar. This phrase is borrowed from Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, where Brutus talks to Cassius, saying, "There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leads on to the fortune." Brutus, Caesar's assassin, is urging Cassius to march on Philippi to meet Octavius and Antony in the struggle for power in Rome. So after you have to read summary of that also, Julius Caesar also. There is a tide in the affairs of man. Is the quote. Next, 20th question. This is also a quote from famous play of Shakespeare. All the world's stage and all the men and women merely players. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. Occurs in Shakespeare's As You Like It. Which character says the line? So these lines are taken from As You Like It. William Shakespeare's As You Like It. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. Jacques said these lines. All the world's a stage is the opening line from a monologue by character Jacques. Monologue is a quote by character Jacques in William Shakespeare's play As You Like It. Through Jacques, Shakespeare takes the audience on a journey of complete life cycle of a human being, made particularly vivid by its visual images of different stages of an Elizabethan life. Elizabethan life. The famous monologue is also known as the Seven Ages of Man. The Seven Ages of Man, not only this one line, about 10 lines is there. It's a famous quote and you have to read it. It's a famous line from Shakespeare's As You Like It. Okay, the balance questions will be coming in the next video from 20 to 30. 21 to 30. Thank you.